Hello, everyone, and welcome into Kaysville, Utah, as we tip off between the Brighton Bengals and the Davis Darts here at Davis High School for the first night of the Northern Utah Challenge. It's Brighton that wins the tip and doesn't get the bucket to go from Josh Mawhinney. For the starting lineups tonight, we'll start with the Brighton Bengals. It'll be Jackson Soto, Bradley Easton, Josh Mawhinney, Carson Jenke, and Case Beams. And with the home team, the Davis Darts, it'll be Bodie Sparrow, JT Turley, Coleman Atwater, Traden Bessinger, and Croydon Christensen. Both teams coming in here at 3-1 and looking to go to 4-1 as it's a turnover there by the Darts going the Bengals' way. Mawhinney's got it down low, right post, and he's fouled on his shot attempt. For Brighton, they're preparing themselves for a daunting Region 6 schedule, once again facing the likes of the Highland Rams and the dynasty that is the Olympus Titans. But an early test versus 6A Region 1 favorite Davis should be more than enough preparation for what lies ahead. Bengals coming into Kaysville with a big three in Josh Mawhinney, Jackson Soto, and Bradley Easton to see if they can stand up to what will be their toughest game in non-region play, as the first one's good to go from Mawhinney. And for Davis, after losing a heartbreaker to Bingham by 1 point last week, the Darts more than made up for it with an absolute annihilation of Hunter, beating them by 42 points. Davis not only hears the high expectations from the preseason predictions, but it also comes from within their own locker room. 11th-year head coach Chad Sims told the Deseret News in preseason that he has high expectations for this veteran group as Bodie Sparrow gets the easy layup to go, one of his stellar guards. And now Brighton with the ball. It's Mawhinney once again going up with that right post. He's liking that tonight. Can't get it to fall Davis's way. Turley trying to go up with his right, and instead it's going to be out of bounds off his body and heading back the other way. Darts are looking to get their second state championship under Coach Sims' tenure. They won it last in 2021. Trying to get a repeat here as they're the preseason favorites for Region 1 in 6A. So here come the Bengals again. It's been all Josh Mawhinney right now with shot attempts for the Bengals, but let's see if anyone else can get going for the visiting team. It's back to Mawhinney, left post. He's going to spin move and dish it outside. Great baseline cut and a pass outside. Beams was trying to find his teammate in the corner, but couldn't quite get it to go, and they'll inbound it off their own baseline. So 2-2's our score, 6:16 left here in the first quarter. Bengals inbound. They find Easton. He'll take a mid-range jumper off front iron, no good. Darts moving fast in transition. Sparrow's going to back it up, slow it down. Atwater, deep three, no good. Brighton controls. Pace picking up a little bit here as we hit the 6-minute mark here in the first. Three off the top of the key, no good that time from Mawhinney, and it goes right back to the Darts, so still at 2-2 apiece. Three's just going off the iron. That time a miss by JT Turley, and it goes back to the Bengals. They've got numbers in transition if they want it. It's Jenke who dishes it off, but the layup's no good. Attempted by Soto, but he's fouled on the shot attempt, and he'll head to the charity stripe. 4-2. Bengals coming off of a win versus Farmington where they got better as the game went on. They increased their quarter margin each time after a tough loss to Juan Diego, who's actually their head coach Tim Gardner's alum school. He's an all-state player at Juan Diego as the first one falls for Soto. Coach Tim Gardner's in his third season with the Bengals after he spent 6 years as an assistant coach at Weber State. Soto gets both of those to drop. Coach Gardner's got an impressive resume to be sure and trying to put some hardware in the collection. Atwater's going to pump fake. Go to his right. Tough jumper. Doesn't fall. Mawhinney gets the rebound on a high pass and transition in the corner that goes right back to him on that right post, but it's absolutely denied. It's Traden Bessinger that absolutely stuffs him at the rim and denies him on that favorite right post of his. Bodie Sparrow fouled for the Darts, and so he'll head to the free throw line for 2 of his own. Sparrow, the sophomore guard, leads the team in assists and steals per game, so one of your classic guards. Averages 1.8 points per game and trying to get 2 from the charity stripe. Second one is up and in. So both teams exchanging some early free throws as we near the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Bengals moving around the perimeter, but it falls off of the leg of Easton, but Bengals save it. Mawhinney finds Janke. Janke's moving to his left, now cuts back to his right. Tries to get Mawhinney down low in that right post again. He's going to stay with his pivot foot and just goes hard, tough and in up against Turley. Gets the 2 to drop. Josh Mawhinney, the senior forward, averages almost 20 points a game. And on the other side, it's Croydon Christensen, the team leading rebounder that gets it up to go right under the basket as well. So tied at 6 apiece. It's a turnover. It's heading back the other way. It's Bessinger who goes up and easy with his left and gives Davis their lead at 8-6. Soto's bringing it back close. Bengals trying to find someone to get things going besides Josh. It's going to be a tough layup moving to right side that time by Case Beams. And he gets the 2 to drop. Sparrow dishes out to Christensen, who finds Atwater. Back to Sparrow. Dishes it outside. 3-pointer up and no good by Turley, but it's rebounded. Sparrow decides he'll take it, and he'll make. Bodie Sparrow with an early 5. So 10-8 Darts, 3:30 now left in the first. Here's Easton driving left baseline. A tough shot to his right. Goes around the defense and up and in. So both of these teams are looking to get going in the paint. Sparrow dishes it out to Bessinger, who finds Christensen. Atwater goes down low to Christensen, but it's picked away by the Bengals. Here comes Easton in transition. It's a 1v1. He'll bring it back out. Now dishes it down low Soto. He's got a wide open teammate in Beams, who finds Janke for 3 in the corner. It's no good. Back out to the Darts. 10-10 is our score, just under the 3-minute mark. Here's Turley, who hands it off to Sparrow. Sparrow dishing, mid-range jumper, floaters up and in. So Bodie Sparrow on a little bit of a heater here in this first quarter. He's got 7. Easton's going to bring it up. And he's pursued heavily on a double-team baseline. It's Atwater that time. Finds Turley with a Euro. Tried to pass it back to Croydon, but Christensen couldn't control. Goes back to Bengals in transition. Easton for 3. No good. But it goes back to Mawhinney. It's a 1v2 in the post. He's going left. He goes right and doesn't find the drop. Rebound goes to Christensen's way, the team leader, who averages 6.5 a game. Nearing the 2-minute mark, it's 12-10 Darts. And Turley looking to get it past that half-court mark. Finds Atwater for a deep 3 off the top of the key. Nothing but net for the team leader in points per game. Coleman Atwater, the senior guard, averages over 20 at pop. And Bengals decide to answer with one of their own. Carson Janke, number 3, hits his 3. And now it's 15-13. 90 to go here in the first. Atwater thought about replicating the shot. Instead, he'll take a mid-range right-hand jumper. It doesn't go. Bengals going fast in transition. Once again, it's Beams who dishes it around the corner. Easton in the right wing. It's everything but down. And it goes back to Davis. Tempo picks up, and as we mentioned that, Davis will take a timeout, and we'll take one with him. It's 15-13 here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back to a Thursday night edition of KSL Sports Rewind on KSLSports.com. I'm Nate Thatcher. Happy to present to you the Davis Darts hosting the Brighton Bengals in the first night of the Northern Utah Challenge. A lot of different schools will be playing here over the next 3 days. A lot of good competition. It's a 6A versus 5A. contest right now. Davis obviously the Region 1 favorite in 6A, and the Bengals picked to finish third in Regions 6 and 5A behind Olympus and Highland. As mentioned earlier in the quarter, Davis previously won a state championship in 2021 under Chad Sims, who's now in his 11th season as head coach. He has also a pretty good resume, like his coach on the other side of the baseline. He was head coach at Weber High for 7 years and head coach at Northridge High for 3 years. So Davis has the ball up 16-13. They actually added a point for Davis. And now they have it with under a minute to go here in the first. Checking into the game is Breaker Kauser for the Darts. Here's Sparrow, top of the key, takes a tough deep two at the top, and it doesn't go. Mawhinney with the rebound. He's going to go right to left in transition and slow things up. Davis showing a man coverage defense. It's Dax Matheson now in the game, who passes it over to Creighton Evers. Back to Matheson, who's going to slow things up. 17 on the shot clock, about an 8-second difference with game clock. Mawhinney's really liking that right side, and that's the reason why, as it goes down once again for the team leader in points. A 1-point game, a shot clock turns off, 12 to go here in the first. Atwater takes it slow against Matheson. He gets a screen from Bessinger, but he's double-teamed on right wing. Goes cross-court pass to Wright, who can't get it to go at the buzzer. And that'll do it for our first quarter here in Kaysville at 16 Darts, 15 Bengals. We'll be right back with the second quarter after these short messages. Back into Kaysville, Utah here at Davis High School, as it's the Darts currently leading the Brighton Bengals by 1 as we head into the second period in this first day of the Northern Utah Challenge. Both of these teams coming in here at 3-1. Brighton's sole loss to Juan Diego on the third by 2 points, and Davis, a 1-point loss to Bingham just last week. Darts will start with the basketball. It's Kauser, who finds Sparrow in the corner. Darts dishing it around quick, a three-pointer up and no good that time from Bessinger. And Darts picking up some full court pressure on Mawhinney, but he ends up breaking it off of Kauser. Dishes it down low, but it finds its way back up top to Evers. Evers loses the ball against Sparrow, and it's now going the Darts' way. Here's Kauser. Finds Sparrow in transition, who finds Wright back in that right wing, and this time he makes it. So first points of the second quarter go to Bennett Wright, the senior guard. But a quick two was responded that time from Jackson Soto. So both teams exchange quick buckets as it's 19-17 Darts. Down low is Mawala. Going one-on-one with Mawhinney. Instead, he'll dish it back out to Kauser. Kauser finds Sparrow, who dishes over to Bennett Wright. Mawala's now got it one-on-one with Mawhinney up top. Lots of movement left side. Here's Sparrow. Faking, cutting, tough floater with his right. It doesn't fall. And Creighton Evers gets the rebound. Here's Soto in transition. He just made a two. He's going to go for another two. Can't get it to fall off the left side. Rebound back out to the Darts. It's Bessinger, who finds its way over to Wright in transition with a tough right-handed layup as he falls to the baseline but gets the bucket to go. 21-17 Davis. Soto finds a cutting Mawhinney. Great move that time, but he can't get the bucket to go. Gets his own rebound. Tries to dish it back outside. It's tipped by Kauser, who finds it himself in transition off a long pass, but it's blocked. A great block that time by Slade Cowan. And a timeout will be called by the Bengals after a great defensive effort. It's 21 Davis, 17 Brighton. And a quick message here on KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back to Davis High School. Nate Thatcher here with KSL Sports Rewind as the Darts currently lead the Bengals 21-17 here on their home floor in the first night of the Northern Utah Challenge, which will feature many different schools across Northern Utah, and some would say a little bit of a mini tournament. Head coach Tim Gardner of the Brighton Bengals believes that this preseason schedule that also includes this tournament will help prepare his team for what he believes to be the toughest region in the state. And that's no doubt as it faces the likes of Highland and Olympus, who will actually face this Davis team tomorrow in this very challenge. So Brighton with the ball, but an early foul against Davis. That'll go against Bryker Kauser. That'll be his first personal of the contest. So 21-17, just under 6 minutes here in this second quarter. It's been a back and forth affair, but Bodie Sparrow helped garnish a lead for the home squad, and it's stayed that way ever since he got going. Here's Soto, going right, now kicking it around. It's Easton up top. He'll move to his left, and he's stopped very quickly by right. It goes back over to Easton. Very pressured by Moala. Here's Evers, contested by Kauser. Shot clock at 10. Easton moving to his right. Dishes it outside to Beams. Shot clock at 3. Ball's lost. Here comes Davis. Transition. Layups up and in. JT Turley gets it to go. So great defense turns into great offense as Davis increases their lead to 6. Beams now going right to left. A really tough shot doesn't find its way. And here comes Atwater behind the back in transition. Tried to hand it off to Kauser, but Kauser was trailing just a little bit too far behind than what Atwater thought. So go back Brighton's way, and Josh Mawhinney will check in alongside Creighton Evers for the Bengals. 23-17 our score, 4:48 left now in the second. Soto hands off to Mawhinney. Pump fakes a 3. Now goes to his right. Foul will be called on the defense. It'll be called against Junior Moala, the junior forward. Moala's got that tough 6'4 frame that's hard to pass, and Mawhinney keeps trying to do it. Pass it off to Easton for a tough 3. It doesn't go in. Here comes Davis once again in transition. Bennett right. Going right baseline. Loses his footing. Finds Moala, who pump fakes and throws it back out. Layup up and in by JT Turley. So a similar shot like the one he just made, and that'll increase the lead to 8. Now hitting in on the 4-minute mark here in the second. Here's Soto, left wing. Heavily contested once again. Janke over to Evers. Finds its way back to Mawhinney at the top, and there's another blocking foul that'll be called against Junior Moala. Coach Gardner clearly frustrated with his team on the offensive side as they've allowed this lead by Davis to continually increase here in the second. So Janke will inbound. He finds Soto, who gives it back to Janke for a deep 3, and it's no good. Rebound Atwater. Davis a little bit slower in transition, but Atwater will take the handoff at the top of the key and then smooth his way around the defense. But a great tip away from Jackson Soto, who was man-on-man with him. Dax Matheson will come back in for the Bengals, subbing out Carson Janke. So a box formation inbound goes to Davis. Atwater comes around a screen, left baseline. Ball finds its way completely around the perimeter over to Kauser, who dishes it back to Atwater for 3. And it finds the bottom. Davis now a double-digit lead. Bengals got to find something on offense to go here. Here's Easton driving left. Tough midi over 2. And he gets 2. So that might help them as they now cut it back to single digits. 3:13 now left in the second. Here's Turley up top, letting the screens take their place. Now he'll go left, gets a screen from Moala. Finds right, who kicks it to Atwater for another 3. He's on fire. Coleman, Atwater, 2 threes in a row for Davis. And a timeout will be taken. We'll take it with him. It's the Darts 31 and the Brighton Bengals 19. Brighton's going to have to find an answer, and let's see if they can out of this timeout. Welcome back into Davis High School for a Thursday night edition of the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Nate Thatcher here, presenting the Davis Darts and the Brighton Bengals in a first-night matchup of the Northern Utah Challenge. Davis has extended their lead thanks to Coleman Atwater, their team leader in points per game, who's made back-to-back triples. Coleman, the senior guard, is top 3 in 6A in points per game and top 10 in 6A in three-pointers made, and we just saw why on his back-to-back buckets. So now under the 3-minute mark, it's Brighton trying to find an answer of how to stop Davis on offense and just how to get a score going on their side. It's Soto, right wing, goes to his left. He kicks it out and somehow finds its way back to him. Great passing that time from Brighton, and they'll get an easy 2 right in the middle of the key. So Jackson Soto is finding his way to get things to go. His teammates having a little bit of a struggle as JT Turley can't find the mid-range jumper to fall. Mawini with the rebound out to Soto. Finds Easton in transition. Cuts it down low to Evers. Back out to Easton. Step away 3 is in. And Bradley Easton gets the 3 to go for Brighton. So a little 5-0 run right now for the visiting squad. Cuts it 31-24. Atwater heavily contested by Beams. Right dishes down to Moala. It's a one-on-one with Mawini. He goes up and he goes in. Junior Moala with a tough 2. So high scoring here in the second as the ball will be tipped off of Turley and it'll stay here with the Bengals. A minute 45 now left in the second. So Moala will check out as Traden Bessinger will come in. Bennett Wright will also take a break on the bench for the Darts. So here comes Soto. He's going all the way around the court, falls down baseline though, finds a way to give it off to Mawini. And he's going to dish it outside. It's a 3 for Beams, and it's off front iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Croydon Christensen. Here's Atwater in transition. He had 2 key back-to-back triples, but he loses the ball. Ball still flying around and taken away with Brighton. Here comes Mawini, fast in transition. Huge bounce pass over to Beams. He'll take a 3. Won't find its way again, but they get the rebound, and it's Mawini who fakes out 2 defenders, but then gets Christensen to foul, and he'll find his way to the free throw line for 2. Josh Mawini, the senior forward, averages 18.8 points per game, and he's top 5 in 5A in both points per game and rebounds per game. And another tough thing that he's done so far, he's gotten 3 double-doubles out of their 4 games. And he misses the first. So the stars of both of these squads showing up early on the offensive side. Mawini gets the second to drop. So it's 33-25 Darts. A minute has now ticked off the clock. We're now at 53. Davis looking to get things going. It's Turley going with his right. Really tough jumper. Couldn't go off the right-hand side, but it's going to be a foul that'll go against Bradley Easton. Slade Cowan will check in for the Bengals. And they won't call it on the shot. They'll say the foul was before, so Davis will inbound on their own baseline. Sparrow finds Atwater. And a little heat check doesn't go his way. Back over to Brighton. They're going to try and move in transition. It's Soto going 1v3. Dish off to Easton. And it's no good. Rebound tipped away and controlled by Bessinger, who finds Atwater in transition. 9 points now here in the second quarter for Coleman Atwater. And it's 36-25. Shot clock turned off. Soto looking to get that last shot off. Gets the screen from Easton. Hands it back off. Easton finds it tough. Soto, deep three. It's good. And that'll do it for the first half as Davis leads 36-28 in a heated contest. We'll be back here in a few moments at halftime. It's Davis 36, Brighton 28. Hello everyone and welcome into second half action here in the gym of Davis High School as we get ready for Davis versus Brighton in the third quarter. Nate Thatcher here for KSL Sports Rewind on KSLSports.com. Davis has an 8-point advantage thanks to a 20-13 7-point advantage for them in the second quarter that helped them garnish this close to 10-point lead. It was their 3-point shooting that really set them apart as they went 6 for 12 from outside the perimeter. Meanwhile, Brighton 3 for 12. So the shooting will have to pick up for the Bengals if they want to come back. Here's Mawini on right wing, hands it off to Easton. Both of those guys had 7 points in the first half. It's Josh trying to go up, he'll kick it out. Finds its way over for a baseline drive by Janke, but he's going to be fouled on his drive attempt. It'll stay here with Brighton and 15 on the shot clock. Mawini goes up hard and he's fouled by Atwater. Really likes that right side of the basket tonight. Coleman Atwater tried to get another big block, but he couldn't get it done. Traden Bessinger had a huge block, his teammate in the first half. Coleman tried to replicate but couldn't get it done, so it sends Mawini back to the free throw line, who misses the first. Josh was 3 of 4 in the first half, and now that makes it 3 of 5. Davis found a little bit of a wet spot there on the right side of the baseline. They're looking to fix that up. So Mawini will try and make his second after he missed his second free throw attempt total of the night, but he gets this one to go. So for now, that cuts into the lead by just a little bit, so it's 36-29. Atwood with the ball, clearly the star of the show for the Darts in the first half. Finds Turley, who gives it to Bessinger. Back to Atwood for another three, and why not? Coleman Atwater gets it to go. Increases his point total to 15 as we haven't even hit a minute mark here in the third. Here's Beams. Hands off to Easton left wing. Cross-court pass Janke. Soto. Down low to Mawini. He's double-teamed. Easton pump fakes. He's got a wide open lane and a layup to go. Easton's getting things going for the Bengals right now, but it's Turley who gets a nice bounce pass, but it finds its way over to Sparrow, who misses the three. Who else but Coleman Atwater with the rebound, the shot, and the foul. Coleman Atwater has turned on the Jets. 17 points, looking for 18. And if he makes this free throw, he will have had 50% of his first half total in only a minute and 20 seconds in the third alone, and he does it. So 42-31's our score. Someone's got to step up for Brighton to match. Soto did a little bit in the first half as he led the team with 9, but he can't get the layup to go. Atwater finds Sparrow, cuts baseline, tried to go up but couldn't decide between a layup or a dunk. Instead, it'll be a three-pointer that goes down from JT Turley. Brighton doesn't like what they see, and so they'll take a timeout, and we'll take one with them. It's Davis continuing to shoot on fire. They lead at 45-31. Welcome back into Davis High School as Brighton is trying to find an answer to Coleman, Atwater, and company going absolutely ballistic from the perimeter. Atwater is up to a cool 18 points here with just over 6 minutes left in the third quarter. typically for the Bengals, it's Josh Mawhinney that gets things going. He averages 18.8 points per game. But in that first half, he was 2 for 8 from the floor. Ended up finishing with 7 points thanks to the free throw line, which he made 3 off of. But the Bengals are going to have to find something to get going off of. Jackson Soto was 3 of 4 in that first half, but his 9 points clearly not enough to keep this contest close. So the Bengals will have the ball here, try to find a response. Here's Mawhinney in the right wing. He's going to drive baseline. He meets a double team. He dishes it out low to Beams. Beams finds Jenke, who's heavily pressured by Sparrow. Beams is going to go left to right, but he kicks it back out. 14 on the shot clock. Lots of screen movement as Beams finally dishes it off to Soto, who finds Mawhinney in the post. It's a 1v3 and he wins. Josh Mawhinney, undeniably tough down low in the paint, and he gets his 2 to drop. But there's a quick and easy 2 from Croydon Christensen. And Davis takes those 2 points right back. Easton tries another 3. It's no good, and it goes back the Darts' way. They'll go fast in transition. Sparrow, cross court to Turley. Bounce past Christensen. It's a one-on-one with Mawhinney. Instead, he'll dish it out to Bessinger, who's met heavily by Jenke. They're going to slow things up. 20 on the shot clock as we now reach the 5-minute mark in the third quarter. Christensen's got it up top, finds Coleman Atwater. He's got 18 in this game. Under 10 now in the shot. He'll go one-on-one versus Easton. Spin move to his left. Mid-range jumper, it's out and no good. Something we haven't seen in a long time, an Atwater miss. Here comes Brighton. It's Mawhinney, who finds Beams in the corner. Passing around the perimeter for Brighton. Mawhinney pump fakes. Got Bessinger to jump, and instead he'll take a mid-range jumper, and now that's 4 straight for Josh. They're now able to score a little bit. It's just a matter of continuously stopping. And it's going to be an offensive foul called against Coleman Atwater as he tried to gain some traction on the right side of the floor against Easton. And Bradley wasn't having any of that. And so Brighton will take the ball right back. So that may help them cut into this lead. They can make it a 10 or 9-point game here with this possession. 4:15 left in the third. It's Easton who takes a running 3 to his right, and he's fouled. Bradley Easton makes an absolutely clutch shot on the right wing perimeter and has his chance for a 4-point play. He cut it to single digits with that shot right there, and let's see if he can cut it even more with this shot from the charity stripe. He does. Bradley Easton with a huge shot to cut it back to 8. So we're right back where we started. 4 minutes now left here in the third. We're halfway through, and both teams are at an equal score total, but Davis will go right back to being up as Bessinger gets it underneath the basket. Here's Evers. Finds Mawhinney, who's going to go right down the lane, and it's going to be a blocking foul called against Turley. So Josh Mawhinney, he's best friends with the free throw line, and it'll continue that way tonight as he goes back for his next attempts. He's 4 of 6 on the night. Make that 5 of 7. This next 340 will be crucial for Brighton. Second one is up and off front iron. Rebounds controlled by Kauser, who subbed in for Davis. Fast transition to Sparrow, who cuts it back out to Kauser for 3. No. Rebounds bounced around, back out to Bessinger. Atwater's got it. He'll back it up near the logo. He'll find Bessinger to the left side. Screen movement on the left side that finds Atwater at the top of the key. Putting the ball between his legs. Shot clock now at 16. Sparrow's got it now to Bessinger. Cross-court pass Cowser. Same right wing three. This time, it's good. If you can't make it first, try again, and Cowser gets it to go on his second attempt in the same possession. Bradley Easton, who just made a spectacular 4-point play, hands it off. Finds Slade Cowan. Driving baseline's Matheson, who kicks it out to Easton for a cutting two, but it's short. High pass to Sparrow in transition, who corrals it. Bessinger finds a wide open Turley down low, and it goes. And a timeout will be called by Davis after their quick two increases their lead back up to 14 as they have gone on a quick 6-0 run. And we'll stay right here as it's 54-40 for the Darts. Davis is the projected #1 winner, at least of the preseason, for Region 1 of 6A. Last year they finished with a 17-8 record, 7-3 in Region. And if you thought their defense was good, you were right. They ranked #1 in 6A as they averaged 54.4 on the defensive side of the ball. Their sole loss came on the 4th of this month against the Bingham Miners, where they allowed 4 of Bingham's players to score in double digits. Atwater, of course, did his thing. He led with 23 points and 6 rebounds. But they allowed for the Miners to shoot 60% from downtown. They've been able to hold the Bengals away from that perimeter shot. Bradley Easton's the only one that's been able to get it to go here in the second half, but that was really their downfall as they eventually lost that one 73-72 in a tough 1-point loss to the team in blue. But they're looking really good here tonight on their home floor in this first night of the Northern Utah Challenge. So Bengals have the ball. Mawhinney's double teamed near baseline, but Bessinger backs off. But then it's tipped away and it goes his way. Bessinger hands off to Cowser, who's moving right to left. Hand off Sparrow. They'll slow things down here as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the third. Atwater's up to 18. He's going behind the back, and it's picked away from Bradley Easton, who tried to find Mawhinney in transition, but it's intercepted by Sparrow. Cowser, hands off. Sparrow, pump fake. Goes down low to his left, and he'll be fouled on that layup attempt, and he'll head to the charity stripe for 2. So Bodie Sparrow now heads to the free throw line. Sparrow averages just under 2 points a game, but he does lead the team in assists and steals per contest. An all-around guard at 6'3". And he gets the first one to go. So both of these teams coming in here at 3-1 with their sole loss being within 1 possession on each side. I just mentioned Davis's loss to Bingham on the road by 1 point, but it was Brighton that lost to Juan Diego just the night before on the 3rd. They lost that one 57-55, and it was Mawhinney who struggled that night, who only finished with 5 points. He's had a similar struggle, but he's been able to score a little bit more as Davis increases their lead to 16, their biggest of the night. A crucial minute 30 here for Brighton, as it's Mawhinney driving right and fouled by Cowser. So that's 5 fouls now in the quarter, which will take us to double bonus automatically as Josh Mawhinney now goes back to the free throw line, where he is 6 of 8 on the evening. His 9th attempt, up and in. The three-pointer really the difference here tonight as the Bengals find themselves down in double digits, but Josh Mawhinney trying to find a way to will his team back. It's 56-42. They were able to cut it to 8, which was their halftime deficit, but Davis just on fire here in the third. And Jackson Soto will pick up a foul as Turley tried to drive right. Minute 26 now left in the third. And here's Bodie Sparrow looking to inbound. Still looking. Tries to find a cutting Bessinger. Trying to get a floating shot in there, but instead it's going to be a foul that's going to go against the Bengals and Josh Mawhinney. So that'll be Brighton's fourth. One more, and then the darts will be in the double bonus. So it'll be another inbound play this time. Actually, not off baseline. It'll be the same play they just ran. So a box formation for Davis. Finds its way to Bessinger near the logo, who hands it off to Turley. Turley will get a screen right from Bessinger. He's met with the double team. Bessinger now on the top of the key, driving with his left. He'll take a mid-range turnaround jumper. It doesn't fall, and it goes back Brighton's way. 1:10 now left in the third quarter. It's Mawhinney. He really loves going with that right. He's caught by the baseline in a trap. Soto pump fakes on the far opposite wing. He's stopped baseline. He's in a really tough spot behind the basket. Bradley Easton now in the corner. He picks up his dribble. Tries to find a cutting Evers, but the ball is tipped away by Kauser, but it'll stay here with the Bengals with 16 on the shot clock and under a minute to go in the third. Soto looking to inbound. A line formation finds Easton on the floor after a collision with Bennett Wright. Foul will go against Bodie Sparrow. And that'll send Bradley Easton to the line as they've already hit the double bonus mark. Easton averaging 15 points a game, third on the team, as he gets the first one to drop, and he leads the team in blocks per game, even though he's technically listed as a guard at 6'6", which would put him as the tallest member of his squad. It's a short roster for Brighton, but they do get things done as they find themselves at 3-1 this year. Second one doesn't go for Easton. Head coach Tim Gardner's in his third season with the Bengals with a 34-20 record. Here's Turley going with his right, and he's fouled hard by Dax Matheson, and now he'll head to the line for two. So both teams now in the bonus, so it'll be 2 free throws a pop for each foul that occurs within the next 43 seconds. JT Turley at the line, and he misses off back iron. The junior guard is really an all-around player. He's averaging 3.5 rebounds per game and assists per game. He's found the bottom of the net a few times tonight, both from close within the paint and from the perimeter, and now one from the free throw line. So 57-43 is our score as clock winds down here in the third. About a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Soto going one-on-one, now met with a 1v2. Dishes it outside. And it finds its way into the basket by the Bengals. So now it's a 12-point deficit. Shot clock turned off, close to 10 seconds now here in the third. Turley's going to go with that right hand. It's worked for him all night, and it does so again right there. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. A half-court heave is up and no good. And that'll do it as Davis extends the lead there in the third quarter. They led by 8. They now lead by 14. And that'll take us to the fourth quarter. We'll see you on the other side to see if Brighton can make a comeback here on KSL Sports Rewind. And welcome back into Davis High School as we get ready for fourth quarter action between the Davis Darts and the Brighton Bengals. It's Davis, the home team, currently leading at 59-45 after a stellar third quarter allowed them to go +6 from the floor and increase their margin ever so more. They'll start with the basketball here in the fourth. It's Kauser going left, driving baseline. Stops right underneath the basket, finds Sparrow, who's going to dish it. Euro step, and it's going to be a charge, as Jackson Soto was planted solid on the right side of the paint. And that'll be a turnover that'll go back to the Bengals. So for Brighton, that's a good start here to the fourth. Here comes Soto to try and lead his offense back. Nobody's guarding him, so he'll just take it down low, but Kauser tries to strip it and in the process fouls. And they're going to say that it was on the shot attempt. So Jackson Soto will head to the line for 2. He was 1 for 2 in the first half. Here's his third. It's up and in. So that'll help them cut into this deficit just ever so slightly. Soto averages 16.8 a game, but can't get the second one to fall. Lead down to 13. Here's Davis in transition. Bennett Wright going left baseline, gets the block and the foul. So he'll go to the free throw line to get 3 points the old-fashioned way. Brighton tried to get 2 charge calls called in a row on sequential possessions, but it doesn't go their way. So it'll be Bennett Wright at the line for 1. And he got it. Davis looking like the favorite so far that they were predicted to be here in 6A. Here's Josh Mawhinney. Top of the key, bounce pass down low to Soto. He loses it, finds its way back out to Bradley Easton, who finds Mawhinney in the corner. Heavy defense by Sparrow. A cutting Creighton Evers is fouled once again by Kauser. So now that's 3 fouls. And we haven't even hit the minute mark here in the 4th against Davis. Easton gets the inbound pass, but he steps out of bounds as he tried to get a step back 3 on that far wing. And that'll be a turnover that Brighton doesn't want to see. Davis leads by 16 and looking to increase. Coleman Atwater back into the game. He's got 18 tonight. He gets a fake screen and then a real one from Awala. Now will take it himself, but pass it out to Sparrow in the corner, who tickles the twine. Davis getting hot. Sparrow dives for the ball but doesn't get it. Mawhinney with the floater. Off the front iron, no good. They now lead it by 19, their largest of the game. Right to increase. No. Goes back to Brighton. Rebound that time by Slade Cowan. It's Soto now in transition. Finds Mawhinney on a bounce pass in the right post. Drives baseline behind Kauser and goes up and around Mawala for 2 and the foul. Great job that time by Josh Mawhinney. He's trying to find any points right now for his Bengals squad that currently trails by 17. Mawhinney's been at the free throw line all night, and that practice has paid off as he makes the next one. Close to the 6-minute mark here in the 4th. Here's Atwater. Dishes it around the perimeter, finds Mawala. Now he'll try a one-on-one against Mawhinney. Instead, he'll dish it out to Sparrow. Wright, Atwater left wing, using those feet. Kicks it back out. Wright will pump fake a pass. Instead, he'll take a mid-range jumper left side. No good. Ball is tipped around off of multiple heads, and it'll go the Bengals' way. Davis is using that quick passing to their advantage on the perimeter as they've been able to get a lot of shots that they've wanted here in this second half. Here's Mawhinney up top, guarded closely by Bodie Sparrow. He's now going to go one-on-one. Goes underneath with his hand, can't find it to go, but it's rebounded by Cowan, who goes up, can't get it to fall, tries to get his own rebound, but count. It's Wright going fast in transition, finds Mawala for 2, no, but he'll get the rebound and the score. Here's Soto the other way going up against Atwater. He can't get the layup to go. Davis, once again, fast pass in transition as it goes cross court. Davis looking on fire, and they're going to need this to continue as they'll face off against the 5A favorite in Olympus tomorrow night here, once again on their home floor. Titans play right after these two against Roy on this very same court as Kauser gets another wing three, this time from the opposite side. (70-49's our score. This one's been blown wide open as Easton now can't get the bucket to fall, and Atwater gets another rebound. Davis does not stop when they move that ball in transition, and now they'll slow things down. Kauser up top, finds right side. Mawala gets a tipped pass that finds Sparrow left wing. It's short, no good, rebounded by Soto. Cross court to Mawini, and the ball is tipped up by Coleman Atwater. Darts have numbers. Instead, Atwater takes it himself. Was contacted at the top, doesn't go. Easton's wide open the other side, and he'll take his two. So the pace is picked up in a little bit of sloppy play, and that'll stop as a timeout will be called, and we'll take it with him. It's Davis, 70, and Brighton, 51, as we get ready to close out the fourth here on the other side. Welcome back into Davis High School as the Darts currently lead the Brighton Bengals 70-51 with 3:46 left in the fourth quarter on this first night of the Northern Utah Challenge. Both teams not taking out their starters in this one. Here's Wright, passes down low to Mawalid, bounces off of his feet and tipped over to the Bengals. They'll move fast in transition. Easton, a great catch as it went a little bit over his head. He missed the shot, but they get the rebound right back. Bounce pass to Soto. He's fouled on his attempt, and he'll go to the line now for two. From here on out, they will be in the bonus with 3:22 left in the fourth for the rest of the time. Jackson Soto had a pretty efficient night here, although his team as a whole had a little bit of an off night on the offensive side of the ball. His first one is up and no good off front iron. But this Bengals team will be no joke. They were picked to finish third in their Region 6, but, I mean, it's a really tough region. They're going up against some would say a dynasty in Olympus, and Highland just is always ever so good. And Soto gets the second to drop. So here come the Darts. It's Christensen underneath. It bounces off of his foot. Finds its way back to Soto, who rolls it underneath Turley's feet. And it looks like they're going to call a foul against Turley. Nope. Yes, it will go against Turley. So since they're in the bonus, it's the Bengals going to the line. That'll be the fourth foul against JT Turley. And the first free throw rattles around all sides of the rim and the backboard, but doesn't find its way in for Slade Cowan, the junior forward. Second one's up, and also no good off back. So 0 for 2 that time for Slade as we hit the 3-minute mark here in the fourth. Atwater now one-on-one with Easton. Dishes it off to Bessinger. Finds Wright. They're moving it around. Turley's cutting baseline. Finds Bessinger for three. No good. And Brighton controls on the rebound. Davis quickly gets back on defense. Easton fakes a handoff to Mawini. Now he'll give it off. It's Evers down low who loses it, and it goes back to Davis. The Darts find Wright in the right wing, and he hands it off to Water, to Bessinger, to Turley. Just went all the way around the world. And now they'll slow things up with 20 on the shot clock. Close to the 2-minute mark now here in the fourth as Davis currently leads it by 18. And it looks like they're just going to let these possessions drain themselves out to close this one out. It's Atwater, a tough two in mid-range. Doesn't go. And it goes back to the Bengals. Mawini transition, finds Cowan. And the two this time drops, so he makes up for the free throws. Davis still going slow as we're now under 2. Here comes Turley driving on the right post. And he's fouled hard on his attempt, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2. So Turley at the line, and he gets the first one to go. And the second one is no good, but rebounded by Bessinger. So Davis will control with a new shot clock. Cowser set to check in for the Darts. Austin Taylor is also checked in for Davis. Clock still winding down as it's right. Still clear up by the half-court line. Goes back to him. He crosses up and gets the mid-range jumper to go over Creighton Evers. So Davis still doing their magic as Evers loses it once again down low on baseline. Under a minute now left in the fourth. And they're still going to just slow things down. Here's Turley up with the logo. Passes it off to Taylor, who will go to right. Now 13 on the shot clock. They'll now set up their offense. And it's going to be Turley driving, dishing down low to Bessinger, who kicks it off to Christensen for 2 and the foul. These Darts are not stopping. Even now with a 21-point lead and 28.1 seconds to go. So his first free throw of 1 is up and in. And here come the Bengals. It's Mawhinney going up and getting 2 to go. Just to cut into that final deficit here, as Davis looking to drain the clock out, but trying to get past half court, and they do. And there's Taylor, and he'll just dribble it right back out. And that'll do it. It'll be the Davis Darts beating the Brighton Bengals 76-56 to move to 4-1 on the season. And that'll give head coach Chad Sims his 189th win as a head coach here at Davis High School. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they fall to 3-2 as Tim Gardner will lose his 21st game as a head coach, now moving his record to 34-21. Both of these teams should have stellar seasons as they move on and go on to the next night of the Northern Utah Challenge. So our final score, Davis 76, Brighton 56. For Nate Thatcher and for Vince, this has been another edition of the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Good night, everyone.